Once again, these shapes are related to those letters, and somehow or another we've got to find out what the code is so that we can find out what it is for this one, and they don't bounce down from one question to another. Well, they all start with M, so we've got to start with M, hasn't it? And now, what do the two C's have in common that is C and C that is different from the F? Well, the two C's have got a solid line on the egg, and the D, did I say F? And the D has got a dotty line, and this one's a dotty line, so we want D for dotty. And now the U, F and L, what is different between U, F and L is which way the moon goes. So the cup is at 12 o'clock, the cup is at 6 o'clock, the cup is at 9 o'clock. This one's at 12 o'clock, so our 12 o'clock one is U. MDU. MDU, right. Now, right, start with the letters. What do the two T's have in common that's different from P? So the two T's are triangles, and the P is a elongated pentagon. I wanted to say pentagram, and it wasn't that. And then, of course, it blocks, doesn't it? So we know, I think, it's going to start with P. But then they're all G. So we have no choice but to go for G. That was good. And then the B's, what do the two B's have in common? The B's both point that way, and the I points that way. And this one points that way, so it's I. P-G-I. P-G-I. Moving down, number 39. Our two T's, what do they have in common? They're white flower leaves, and the L is a black one. So we want black as our starting letter. And what do the two S's have in common? The two S's have got their stalks at the bottom, and this one has got its stalk on the left. This one's got its stalk on the left, or at 9 o'clock. So that is R, isn't it? Is that right? Do you mind if I just check? Which will make LR, which is D, which is what the answer is. It's because it was on the left. I should never say left and right, because I always get into confused when I do that. But can you see? Maybe they were thinking, no, don't, because I think R is sometimes the examiner puts R for right, L for left. We had this a bit further back, didn't we? Dotty and smooth or something, or grey and white, or 1 and 2. So be aware that happens, but don't rely on it, because that will lead you to the dark side, my child. Right, the two T's. What do the two T's have in common that's different from the F? Well, they've got thin ones, and F is a fat one. See what I mean? So long as you're thinking in the same way that the examiner's going, you can sometimes get words to go with the code. So the two T's are thin. This is a fat one, so we want it to start with F for fat. And now the two L's. What do they have in common? They point to the left, and this one points to the right. So our one points to the right, so we want that to be R for right. So it's FR, which is C. And you've reached the end of the test. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, we shouldn't self-congratulate. That wasn't a self-congratulate. That was a... And what would you do immediately then? Yes, you would. You would check. Of course you would check. You don't even breathe. You carry on working, beavering away until the moment they say pencils down. Until that second, not before. You shouldn't be able to tell from a distance whether you're checking or working at it for the first time.